Take a look at the games on your shelf, the cover art, the plastic case, the disc inside. If you're like me and you love physical games, there's something about looking at a collection that you've built over many years, knowing that those games are actually yours, you bought them, you own them, you can play them whenever the hell you want without needing, an internet connection or a company server. It just brings a different feeling to it. So when Sony announced that they will stop making physical discs for PlayStation games starting in 2028, it really hurt. It felt like a big blow to not only me but to everyone who has supported physical games for decades. But today we need to look past all of these angry comments and these petitions that are just floating everywhere. We need to face reality. Right, I love disc. I am pro disc and I am pro physical, right? But we need to stop trying to change this because it's like putting a goddamn plaster on a major wound. Unfortunately, technology changes whether we like it or not. Think about how we got here. Music moved from CDs to digital files and then to streaming apps like Spotify. Movies went from DVDs to Netflix, Amazon. Even look at PC gaming. When was the last time you saw someone put a disc into a gaming PC or a PC in general? PC gaming has been 100% digital for over 10 years or something now. Steam took over, and today not a single person even thinks about it. Console gaming was always going to follow this exact same path. The industry has been moving this way for years, and the numbers support Sony. Around 80 to 85% of all PlayStation game sales are already digital. Most gamers already voted with their money. If you prefer downloading the game instantly over driving to a store or waiting for a package, Sony is not forcing a new habit on us. They are just finishing what consumer behaviour started. Also, let's be honest about physical media today. New games already depend on the internet. The days of putting a disc in and playing the full game immediately are gone. Often when you buy physical games today, the disc does not even have the full game on it. It is just a few megabytes of data that literally act as a digital key to start that 60 to 70 gigabyte download, maybe up to 100 gigabyte. So even if the game is on the disc, it is often full of bugs. You still need a massive day one patch to make it run properly. If a game needs a server connection to load the main menu, that disc is already useless without the internet. We want to save physical games, but modern game development has already turned our discs into plastic download codes. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. If we complain loud enough, if we boycott, we can force Sony to listen. But listen, can we really? We actually have a great example from the past that shows why fighting this is absolutely pointless. Remember when Sony tried to close the digital stores for the PlayStation 3 and the PS Vita? The gaming community went crazy. People literally protested, signed petitions, made angry videos, literally the exact same thing that is happening right now. Surprisingly, yes, Sony listened, they apologised and they kept the stores online. It felt like a massive victory for players. I am 100% grateful for what they did then. But look at where we are today. Sony is closing the exact same PS3 and PS Vita stores anyway. And that is all the proof. All that protesting did not save anything. It only delayed the inevitable. You can fight the tide for a little while, but the water always wins. Big corporations have zero interest in paying to keep those old systems running forever. They want everyone on one digital store where they can have total control over the prices. Let's talk about what the end of physical discs actually means. It is about total control. When physical discs die, the used game market dies too. Think about how many times you bought a cheap used game on eBay or traded in old games to buy a new one. In a digital only future, that entire economy disappears. If you want a game, you must buy it from the PlayStation store at the price Sony decides. There is no other store down the street to compete with it. Then there is the problem of ownership. We have already seen cases where digital movies and games were deleted from user accounts because of licensing issues. When you buy a digital game, you do not own the game, you just own a temporary license to play it until a server shuts down. It is a very flawed system. So, what do? Do we just give up? Yes or no. Fighting to keep physical discs is a lost cause. The PlayStation 6 will almost certainly be digital only. That ship has sailed. But instead of wasting energy trying to make Sony produce plastic discs that most people are not buying, we should focus on the real fight: digital consumer rights. If we are forced into a digital future, we must demand better rules. We need the legal right to transfer or gift digital purchases to friends. We need great refund policies like the one Steam has. We need legal guarantees that the games we pay £70 or more for cannot just vanish from our libraries. That is a fight worth having. It is about protecting our money in the future rather than clinging on to the past. Physical games was a beautiful era, and I will surely as hell miss everything about it: the trade-ins, the shelf displays, and the feeling of holding a new game. But change is going to happen, with or without us. It is time to accept the digital era and start demanding that this future actually respects the consumers. But that is just my opinion. Am I being too negative, or is it time to face the facts? Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you holding on to physical games, or have you already gone digital? If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you wish to support the channel further, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and yeah guys, I'll see you in the next one.